This video was originally a Patreon exclusive, which, are you still missing out on 52 extra videos every year? Consider this a taste of what you're missing out on. Plus, chat with me on Discord, early access, and the smug satisfaction that comes with keeping this channel alive at patreon.com/doseofbuckley. Now, a look back at a video so controversial, Reddit's still crying about it over a decade later. This is Buckley vs. Buckley, where we look back at some of my most controversial videos over the last 16 years to see how I feel about them now. And clearly, one that people would like me to respond to, since there's a whole Reddit thread about it, is Scumbags of the Internet number 6. The video where I introduce you to Carla, the woman who met Canadian radio host and dirtball extraordinaire Jian Ghomeshi, and had assumed he was just a twinky little gay boy who, if she said just the right lies to him, would become her gay best friend so she could go shopping with him and help her climb the mildly steep hill that is the Canadian media industry. But, turns out Jian, who she calls Keith, is not gay, and he's not interested in helping young women without something in return.
The next night, I met him at a wine bar for a quick drink before the show. When I walked in, I was greeted by both the overwhelming stench of his cologne and the sinking feeling that Keith was not, as I had assumed, gay. This wasn't a friend date, it was a date. At least to him. He looked at me the way a creepy older man looks at a young, silly girl he's going to buy a drink he's planning to slip a roofie into. I didn't know what to do. He was 15 years older than me, but what's more, I found him totally unattractive and didn't want to be in a date with him.
Now, you've seen this video, and if you haven't, or haven't for a long time, feel free to go watch it. It's aged, well, funny enough, not as bad as some of my older stuff. I don't even call anyone a whore in this one. But obviously it aged poorly in the wake of Jian Ghomeshi being charged with the sexual assault of numerous women, which he only walked away from because of inconsistencies in their testimony and the fact that they had sent messages to him afterward that suggested everything was consensual. But let me remind you about Carla's encounter.
There was no assigned seating, and we were both standing on the balcony. I assume this is mentioned because Carla's never been to a concert at a small venue before. Hey everyone, do we got enough chairs for this concert? People like to sit quietly for concerts, right? As soon as the lights went down and the first note started playing, I felt a sweaty hand travel across the back of my dress and grab my ass. That hand was Keith's. Shocked, I looked up at him like, "What?" He looked back at me with sex eyes and smiled. Disgusted, I asked him to stop and stepped away from him and his hand.
Yeah, he grabbed her ass and kept trying to touch her back and her shoulder. Oh, I believe that happened, 100%. He absolutely tried to use his power and standing because he thought, this girl messaged me and wanted to go to a concert with me? The radio king of Canada? Of course she wants me. Because celebrities are pigs. So, if I have any regrets about this video, I would have spelled that out more than I did with the handful of slides that I included in that video, where I absolutely talk about how I'm against any form of non-consensual behavior. I should have talked about that more. But I stand by everything else I said in that video. Carla flat out admits she stereotyped a dude. "Oh, he's gay. He'll be my gay best friend. We'll be Will and Grace." And she lied to him to A, get free tickets to a concert, and B, try and advance her career. "Oh, I'm a huge fan of your show. Haha, not really. I just wanted you to get me a job with your connections." Would I make this video in 2026? No, definitely not. Have you seen some of the scumbags I've covered now? This seems extremely quaint in comparison to the scammers and low-life bottom feeders I've covered over the last 13 years and 20 new Scumbags episodes. But let's talk about that Reddit thread. In 2013, a dose of Buckley harassed a woman for being overdramatic about her SA experience. This was posted at the end of December on our YouTube drama. I don't know why it got dug up, but whatever. I guess it was a slow news day. Hassan hadn't shocked a dog, and Destiny hadn't lisped anything stupid. They were bored on the subreddit. Now, they're all welcome to their opinion, And you know the rules, we don't harass, we don't brigade, don't go over there. But the part that made me laugh is the replies all became a big circle jerk of telling each other why they unsubscribed from me. I used to watch Buckley because I was an edgy teenager who liked to think I was smart for watching a dude dunk on popular music. I stopped watching this guy years ago because he said some shit that triggered red flags galore in my mind. Did he ever pull anti-woke shit? I used to watch him back in the day when I was an edgy and stupid teen girl. His content isn't for me anymore now that I'm older and mature. A lot of that. I used to watch it when I was dumb, but now I'm smart. Now I'm older and mature. You're on a subreddit called YouTube Drama. Every single post is, a YouTuber said or did something I disagree with. There's nothing mature about participating in the National Enquirer for YouTubers. And there's definitely nothing mature about going on Reddit and posting, I don't like a guy anymore, please give me upvotes for saying this. At least I'm honest about my immaturity. There's 69, nice comments, almost entirely people trying to virtue signal the hardest over why I'm a big stupid meanie-faced doo-doo head. Oh, but I'm not allowed to reply, otherwise I'm crashing out. Of course, if I don't, I'm a coward, but I don't care if they disagree with me. They're welcome to that opinion. But don't pretend you're mature by going on a subreddit and going, I always knew this guy was a POS. I always got bad vibes from him. Now let's talk about YouTube collaborations that'll never happen again. Ego Raptor and JonTron hate each other. I'm so mature. Oh, and if you ever wondered if Carla saw that video, oh boy did she. She spins it that I said she was trying to take down a good and powerful man. Never call him good. She calls me anonymous. People know my name and where I live because I told them, and said I refuse to take it down. I've never been asked. I would refuse, but that's beside the point. What I would have done is let her tell her side, and let her apologize for the stereotyping in her own words, which she did in this article, so some redemption, I guess. But again, I was never asked. You can't refuse to do something you weren't asked to do. Anyway, Carla released a book in 2025, published by Penguin, which got a bunch of mainstream press, including USA Today and Elle. And Gian never recovered. He's never been on a real radio or TV station again. And his podcast that he started about Iran routinely gets about 1,000 views on YouTube. He went from 1 million listeners a week, coast to coast, to that. So there you go. Carla won. Take your gay friend shopping for her book at your local bookstore. He'll love it. This is Buckley versus Buckley, where no matter what, Buckley, well, in this case, Buckley sometimes loses.